Now to that story in Adamawa State, where those planning victory parties after the governorship elections in Adamawa State may have to postpone because the police have announced a curfew from dusk to dawn of Sunday up until Tuesday. This is in addition to the restriction of movement from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, the day of the election. Our correspondent, Larry Lasisi, reports.
Now, it's just hours to the 2015 governorship elections here in Adamawa State, and it appears everything is in place for the polls. The state resident electoral commissioner from the Independent National Electoral Commission says the commission has put all it needs to put in place.
Yes, we are better prepared than even the presidential election, where we did very well. And for now, all our materials are in the appropriate places. They left for local government yesterday, and they are now in all the wards on their way to the units very early in the morning. Yes, and all our materials are okay. There is no shortage anywhere. Then we have deployed all our car readers as appropriately. There is no problem. And we have technicians going around to rectify any situation that may arise. Then our ad hoc staff are adequately briefed properly on this issue. As far as security is concerned, we are also okay with the security. Everything is in place. We are ready for the election tomorrow.
On the issue of security, the Commissioner of Police here says everything has been put in place to ensure that these elections are better than the presidential elections.
We are well prepared for the election. Just like we made adequate preparation for the presidential election, we are equally prepared, very much prepared for this election. And from the little lapses we saw in the presidential election, we've made certain adjustments to make sure that some of those little lapses we are well corrected for this particular election. I've also discussed with the stakeholders this morning again, re-emphasizing the peace accord they all signed. They are bound to be held responsible, liable for any breach by their supporters.
Now, with these assurances, it appears the elections here will be free, fair, and credible. Larry Lasisi, Channels Television News.
The need for Nigerians to continue to live in peace and harmony was the center of discussion at a forum organized to mark the 90th birthday of legal icon Sir Olaniwun Ajayi. The Emir of Kano, Muhammad Sanusi II, who was guest at the event held in Lagos, called for religious tolerance and the need for Nigerians to collectively deal with issues that seek to divide us as a nation. Our correspondent, Ugechukwuose, reports.
Identities of Nigeria rather than...
This gathering wouldn't have come at a better time than now, when the nation is still grappling with tribal and religious sentiment that seem to be eaten deep into the nation's core existence. Legal icon Sir Olaniwun Ajayi, founding partner of Olaniwun Ajayi Legal Practitioners, one of the leading law firms in Nigeria, invited prominent personalities and captains of industries to a breakfast to mark his 90th birthday. It all started with a lecture titled Religion and the Future of Nigeria, Lessons from the Yoruba Case. It was presented by Professor David Peel, an expert in Yoruba culture.
In Yoruba land, at all levels, from families up through the town or Ilu, up to Yoruba land as a whole, religion and community cross-cut. This means that religious conflict is restrained by the fact that if it were to occur, it would tear communities apart. And so community norms work powerfully to prevent it.
The need for Nigeria to remain one united nation is paramount. Thus, speakers here like the Emir of Kano, Muhammad Sanusi II, who chaired the occasion, frowned at the constant focus on tribal and religious divide than the key issues.
Is that some of these extreme tendencies, whether they're Islamic or Christian or ethno-nationalist, do not necessarily reflect the views of the majority of the people and the Nigerians. But not just that. Until we actually stand up and fight these tendencies and show them to be what they are, as false, as divisive, and destructive, we are not going to have national unity.
The strong panelist, moderated by social entrepreneur Dr. Ndidi Nnoli Edozie, also shares in the sentiments of the Emir. They dissected the issues bordering on governance, politics and religion and proffered solutions to them.
The ordinary man, the ordinary market woman is not operating in terms of north and south. Between them there's great love and great cooperation. But when it comes to office, we, the ones in this room, the elite, who are looking for ministerial appointments and appointments to boards, we are Nigeria's worst enemies because we're the ones who beat the drum of division.
Every corner of Nigeria you go to, people are interested in knowing whether you're northern or you're from the north or you're from the south. And I think the only way we can bridge this, or perhaps one of the ways we can do that, is to actually make an effort to find out, to integrate, to encourage each other.
After all the deliberation, the celebrants' latest work, Nigerian Political Imbalance, a 261-page book, was launched. The issues raised and discussed, but the conclusion here is that for any progress to be made, Nigerians have to see themselves first as Nigerians before any tribe. Ogichukwu also reporting for Channels Television News.
Members of the Bring Back Our Girls movement have called for prayers for the over 200 schoolgirls abducted in Chibok, Borno State. They say the prayers could go a long way towards ensuring the safe return of the girls. The campaigners are still optimistic that the girls will return soon to the warm embrace of their families and friends.
Welcome to Business News. The business community in Lagos is set for the governorship election. Traders and shop owners who spoke to Channels Television in Lagos agree that the closure of businesses will come with the polls, which came with the polls is a sacrifice that all must give. Our business correspondent Temple Ashaju reports.
It's the eve of the 2015 governorship elections, and we're on Broad Street in Lagos to find out from entrepreneurs what they think of this election.
When election is coming around, there should be a shutdown, at least to create the room for the election to go on.
For now, I think it's safe for business to close tomorrow. It's safe because of the mentality our politicians see have, this do or die mentality.
I already saw food at home during the last election, and I hope this election tomorrow will yield well as well.
Traders and customers, buying and selling activities, all in preparations for the governorship elections on the way. But expectations are high on the resultant effects of the elections on the macroeconomic variables when elections are concluded.
I'm in the media, and the media industry worldwide is worth over $2.3 trillion. I think that's enough money for Nigeria to step into it. Try and get Hollywood involved in Nigeria, try and develop the media industry, try and develop the movie industry, the entertainment industry. It's a massive industry.
We want a change in everything, that's it. Overall change in everything, in the economic of Nigeria, because if there's inflation now, due to the dollar FX, that's dollar.
Price of dollar is 205 naira in the market, in the black market. On Monday, when we resume, I am very sure, you understand, that the price must come down.
The stock market has soared 8.30% 48 hours after the presidential polls. On the eve of the governorship elections, equities closed 1.19% upbeat, but operators do not expect this poll to impact on the market.
The direction that is needed at the head, the change has already taken place. There are two seasons that are prevailing right now, earnings season and the election season. So for the earnings season, that is supposed to have some impact on the direction of the market.
At the financial markets, elections may also be having little or no effects. This is because the central bank is yet to repay maturing treasury bills. Dealers are, however, optimistic of a tight market next week. Temple Oshaju, Channels Business News.
Well, the final trading day of the week saw the benchmark index close north at 34,930.02. Bolaji Akinwale has the rest of the day's trading figures.
Welcome to the Stock Market Report. Key indicators have the Nigeria Stock Exchange regained more ground on the final trading day of the week. The benchmark index closed north 1.19% at 34,930.02. The market's capitalization closed at 11.9 trillion naira. Market bellwethers lead in the recovery. Seplat gained 18 naira 50 kobo. Nigeria Breweries added 7 naira 78 kobo, while Guinness gained 6 naira 54 kobo. On the flip side, Nestle dropped 5 naira 95 kobo, coming ahead of Total and Presco, which lost 2 naira and 1 naira 80 kobo. On the volume chart, Diamond Bank topped with 831.7 million shares, followed by Standard Insurance with 339 million shares and FCMB with 77.5 million shares. At the end of the transaction, investors staked more than 8 billion naira for over 1.6 billion units of shares in 6,783 deals. And that's it on the Stock Market Reports. I am Bolaji Akinwale.
Thanks a lot, Bolaji. Well, MTN Nigeria has made the recently relaunched MTN True Talk more interesting with the addition of a promo. With a new Best 11 promo, 11 houses are up for grabs, while subscribers also enjoy new tariff rates at 11 kobo per second to 11 selected members from any network of their choice.
It's the relaunch of True Talk by MTN Nigeria, and the telecommunication provider sets the ball rolling with a novelty game. 11 players comprising ex-Super Eagles internationals and MTN ambassadors, their opponents made up of TV personalities and sports journalists, file out on the synthetic pitch of the Campus Square mini stadium, not just for the fun of the game, but also to roll out MTN's new prepaid tariff plan. Chief Marketing and Strategic Officer, MTN Nigeria, Mr. Adekombi Olubayo, explains why the game of football is being used to unveil the MTN True Talk.
Novelty match is a parallel of the meaning of best 11. And you recall that in a football match, with your best 11, you are sure you are going to win the match. So what we are telling Nigerians with this parallel that we have done today, bringing together best 11 players, is that in your relationship, in your career, in your business, in your neighborhood, if you have 11 important people around you, you can win in your life, you can win in everything that you desire.
So what does an MTN subscriber enjoy from the MTN True Talk promo?
We are rewarding Nigerians for being good to their family, for being in touch with people that matter most to them. You recall that early this year, about a month ago, we relaunched our True Talk, which allowed our customer to register 11 numbers at half the price. So we're saying that we're going beyond that to say that for calling those numbers, you can become a landlord.
Every week for the next 11 weeks, we will be giving out one house per week to a customer just for doing that. But besides that, every hour of every day for the next 11 weeks will enable those same customers who qualify. Somebody will be winning 11,000 naira every day for the next 11 weeks.
If you are an MTN subscriber, you can register 11 numbers for family and friends by dialing star 560 star 1 star, the number to be registered, and then the hash key.
Well, that's it on Business News. I'm Anne Mwawadu. The news at 10 continues in just a moment, but let's take a quick look at the global market figures for today.